Thank you very much.
There it is, Ron Pope and the Nighthawks. Hell or High Water. I love the video that goes with that one, too. If I remember correctly, a little hot tub bondage in that.
My grandparents are watching at home.
They've seen that.
To be fair, that wasn't my idea. However, so when I got there to make that music video where a bunch of women tied me up and they beat me up, they kidnapped me. I'm like a kind of James Bond sort of character. And I said to David Strange, our director, I said, Dave, my wife is my manager. I was like, did you run this by her at all? He's like, I think it was her idea, actually. I was like, all right, then I guess I can do it. I mean,
yeah, everything's okay, the boss says.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I've interviewed a lot of people up here, man. I never thought I'd have the Pope, but here you are. Right? There you go.
Well, bless you, my son.
I appreciate that. And welcome back to the Northwest, man. You know, learning a little bit more about you, I can really tell that music is all a part of your soul, and you have made so much music. What was your first inkling? What was it? Did it come from family? You say your parents are watching. Was it family? Was it a brother? Was it a good friend down the street? Where did music first come up?
You know, I was always very interested in music. I was always writing and playing and singing. And then the point where I realized that I might become a professional musician, I was at college and I joined a songwriting circle. And in this circle, I met all these people that were really complimentary of my writing, and they're people that I really admired. It's actually where I met Paul, who's playing piano today, and who I've made music with for many, many years. And so once I got there and all these people who I really admired, where they were like, you're good, you should keep doing this, it kind of made me think, wow, maybe I can. So, and I just kind of kept doing it.
All right, well, we met Paul. How about the rest of the Nighthawks? You got a lot. We could be here for all day, but good for you.
So,
you just kept coming. It was like a clown car out of there.
Yeah. So there's Alan in the corner playing trumpet. This is AB, Alex Bramell, playing the saxophone. This is Dickie, right here, Alex Foote, ladies and gentlemen, with the hat. Gentleman with the hat. This is Mike Riddleberger playing the drums. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Andrew Purtis on the bass, and you met Paul Hammer, and I'm Ron Pope.
So the first 10 albums as Ron Pope, now Ron Pope and the Nighthawks. Explain the beginnings. Is this new beginnings?
So actually, we're gonna change the name of the band. Funny story. We found out there's a whole lot of bands that are called Nighthawks upon making this record, and to avoid any confusion, we actually haven't had any, but we decided to avoid any confusion. We're gonna give it a new name. If you have a suggestion for a new name, we'll talk later on. We'll take notes from the peanut gallery. But so the way that we decided to kind of start a band was a very natural thing. I called all these guys. And I was like, hey, do you want to go on tour? And each of them are my first call guys in New York. So I've called them many times before. They're just always busy. So I met Mike, actually. The first time I met Mike, we were in college. And I went to a show, and I saw him playing with his band. And when I walked in, I went, that's my horse. And so literally every show that I've played, that was 13 years ago or something like that. Every show that I've played since then, I've called him and been like, hey, want to play drums with me? And he's like, no, I'm really busy. But because he was just always busy. So as luck would have it, as I started calling people for this, everybody was available. And so we were just going to go on tour a few years ago, just with these guys as my backing band. And once I got them together, I said, well, I've got all these great guys. Maybe I should write some songs, like to showcase that everybody can sing and all of that. And it just kind of naturally transitioned into us making the record together, and it became more and more collaborative. We started writing songs together. We started shaping the identity of what the music would sound like together, and so that's how it became a band very naturally.
That sometimes is enlightening, too, when all of a sudden you can share the writing process with other people, right?
Absolutely. It's, that song that we just played, I came up with a little idea, and then Alan and I wrote a song. We worked on it, and we were integrated, and then Alex and I were working on it together, and then we kind of put it together and kept kind of, massaging it, from all different sides. And I think that's an interesting part about being a part of an ensemble, is, that somebody will come in and they have, an idea that you would never have had on your own. So it's really pretty exciting. Yeah, every day making art with this group is a delight.
And, one of the other things, too, knowing how everybody likes to stress that you are the independent. And everybody talks about independent rock, independent this, but truly the way that you work it, I mean, you're gig manager, you're tour manager, gig scheduler, you're a writer, you're everything. Explain the independence and the need for that, because I'll tell you what, you're a monster on social media too. If you don't know, he's got 100 million views on YouTube. Some of the people are here just today because of maybe Spotify or streaming. That social media's got to be huge for you in the way that you've expanded yourself.
I am on the internet. That is true. I have one of those iPhones, you heard about this? There's apps and such on there. So I met somebody, people are meeting, they're dating on the internet now. Have you heard about this at all? I had a friend, met his wife on the internet. I was like, I'll be damned.
Not many people can own it like you're doing though,
It just
seems like you're taking it to another level.
We've been very lucky. Kind of my career began to really kind of emerge. I guess my project began to really kind of come out as the kind of digital revolution within the music industry started to happen. And so there's a lot of really great elements of that, like you can get records out and share them with people. You can distribute your records globally. I use a company called TuneCore, and they distribute my music. And so you could make a record today and go onto their website and distribute it yourself. And so something that used to be very closed, this global distribution of music, is now very open. You can do it yourselves. And so that's kind of a big part of it, is being able to get my music out there. And then social media allows you to interact directly with people who will like your music. And so there are no gatekeepers between you and the audience as there once was. And obviously the negative part is that everybody's brother has a record on iTunes, and so you have to it's a lot of work to get people to pay attention to something. But
well, that's all right. It's your fans that bring it up, because anybody can, like you say, put that album out. Everybody's got a Facebook page, so we've all got that soapbox. But if they don't want to hear what you have to say, they walk away. And you've attracted. You're the honey, brother. These are the bees.
Oh, goodness. Well, at the end of the day, we're just trying to make music that we like, and then we put it out, and we hope other people will like it too. It's like kind of the same. You do the same thing as we were always doing with music. I make music that we like, and we put it out, and we hope that you like it, because otherwise I'm going to have to learn how to make a macchiato. It seems complicated. Like, how much steamed milk is in that? I don't know, right?
Well, we love his music, don't we? All right, we get some more music. I want to say Ron Pope and the yet-to-be-determined named band.
Yeah.
Can I do that?
Yeah, sure, go for it.
Ron Pope and the Nighthawks, guys.